Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Checkmate here, and today we are playing as Kagan Chulgate Origin. We are Genghis Khan of the Mongol Empire. We have the greatest of the Khans perk. If you want to know how we achieved this, click the link now and watch the first part of the campaign, where we united the Horse Lords of Mongolia. As you can see, we have 41,000 troops out of a possible 51,000. We have trebuchets, armored horsemen, light horsemen, horse archers, onagers, bowmen, light footmen and pikemen, as well as a plethora more. Before we get started, I would like to bolster our army. We need funding. After the previous two wars with Zestu and Khotan, both of whom we are in a truce with, we can mass ransom 15 prisoners for gold. At the capital of Karakoram, we will improve our stables. We are in a truce with Zetsu and Khotan. That leaves Ob and Minja. A quick view of the world map shows that Persia has disintegrated. The Byzantine Empire can only muster less than 7,000 men. The Fatimids, less than 5. The Rus princes, less than 3. Poland, less than 5. The Holy Roman Empire is in a devastating war currently with France, who is also less than 5,000 men. The Kingdom of Yu, by the Pugal dynasty, has less than 5,000 men currently. This should be a breeze. Without any further ado, let's declare war on Minja. Mongol invasion of the kingdom, 100 prestige. Let's pass the absolute tribal authority law. Gurnan, my heir, has come of age. Our first siege is won already. I shall merge the armies and split them in two. I shall split these off again. Spread them across the land, like so. The enemy is sighted. We must assault them. Send the detachment. It appears someone might be trying to murder me. Let's hire some courtiers. Capitera. Let's hire some bodyguards. Master of the horse. The court musician. This detachment shall head south. The entire West Province is ours. We have almost cut them off completely. Let's pursue them. Victory! Our first victory already. I had never done this before, and that to me demonstrated my own power. To mass ransom these prisoners to feed our war machine. Next we shall invade Ob. They have only 5,583 men. We will raise our troops at the mountain pass. We have created another accolade with the horse archer trait, as well as the valiant trait, which gives army damage plus 10% at its first level and will only grow from then. We must seek a worthy successor for this. On to Terema. My court is brimming with new artifacts. We have so much hair of the Buddha, we could make a wig. Head north to Koijuk. The enemy is sighted. I will send off a detachment to deal with them. This unit can about turn and strike them. Head across to Kia. Head to the capital. There's no need to pursue them. We'll just take their territories this way. They have not yet surrendered. Keep besieging their settlements. Split the army in two and send one westwards and one eastwards for now. Cut them off at the pass. Enforce the demands. Disband the armies for now. Next I will set my sights south to a much larger prize. The army shall amass along the border. The enemy has an ally joining the war, a futile effort. I can finally write the seed, greatest of the Khans. Gain access to the legendary hunting lodge option in the clear grounds for a legendary building decision. Gain access to a legendary statue in the clear grounds for a legendary building decision. Gain access to commission legend artifact decision, allowing you to commission a chronicle to commemorate your legend. You gain 100 legitimacy. Let's do this. Legend Chronicle. The legend of Kagan Chulgete of the Mongol Empire is as great and large as the world, for his deeds are unparalleled. Long before the Borigin family came to be the stewards of the Mongol Empire, Kagan Chulgete of the Mongol Empire was gifted with a vision from Tengri. From that moment, he knew that he was born to rule. Oh, it goes on quite a lot. Okay, that's the legend at the moment. Wonderful. My armies are on the march. The enemy has not yet been sighted, though their capital city is far in the south, deep within the Tibetan mountain ranges. We have a diplomacy perk. We will gain heart of the family. Close family opinion, plus 15. Hostile forces have been sighted. We're likely to engage. Engaging is imminent. We have a small amount of troops headed west, but the bulk of my army is in the east realm. It is truly a lightning campaign. I can barely keep up with some of these victories. The enemy has been sighted. I will withdraw this unit east closer to friendly forces. Victory is ours anyway. Next we shall invade Zetsu. We will muster our forces deep in the desert and then march upon the capital, as well as some periphery regions. One of our units was engaged by an enemy troop. We took the capital city with ease. We sent riders in all directions. The enemy forces are in the north. I have another son. I will call him after my favorite Khan, Kublai. The north and west is completely taken. We must continue south to their final provinces. A commended drinking vessel. Nice, let's put that on. Gives us a small health boost. Let's repair it right away. No dilly-dallying. You dare me still? Necessary embellishments. Well, this increases the legend slightly. Yeah, let's just go over this. Of course, I'll go over it once more. Finally, they submit to the Great Khan. I will now invade Kumanya. After raising close to hostile troops last time, I learnt my lesson. I will raise my armies here. A legendary tipple. Oh, this is a high chance to increase. Let's do it. I swilled the whole barrel, did I? We're a guy. We're a Khan. My kind of Khan. I don't know why these guys don't have any supplies, but we'll leave them there to supply. These guys will just have to go around up into the north. Currently the Kumans have got 6,000 troops. We still have 40,000 in reserve. Stay close to each other. 6,000 men cannot be underestimated. Raise more troops. An echelon pass. The northmost unit should be fairly easily defended, as I don't think they have many troops up in the north. They'll be easy to spot upon their advance. Looks like we'll be engaging hostile troops in the south. I am ill. Too late for caution. I've greatly reduced disease symptoms. Wonderful. I will be changing lifestyle to a health-focused lifestyle. There's an enemy salient up on this high feature. I must conquer it before I move forward. Attack this. Actually, don't. It could be dangerous. Continue south. Meet up with another unit. I have another diplomacy lifestyle perk. I will take Bound by Blood. The north has proven to give more resistance than the south. Attack this unit and take over the siege. This unit will safeguard and keep marching west, along with this unit. Attack this raiding party now that there's twice as much of you. 3-to-1 ratio. This army is engaging with a large enemy contingent. I am no longer ill. Marvelous. We have occupied much of eastern Cumania. Many of our armies are continuing the westward march. A brave holdout. No more. They will rendezvous with another 2 units at Imekia. Another victory. Since taking Kumana, I've decided to get a record prisoner count. At the moment, we're on 40. We have a plague, Mongol flux. It's only minor. Our empire is already the biggest on the map. We will attack you for a second time. This time for the heart of the kingdom. Predictably, we will invade from the north. The enemy is spotted. 7,000 men. We have changed our tactics accordingly, as has the enemy, who's moving round to the smaller contingent. Still have 10,000 in reserve. We are on the enemy's trail, wreaking havoc as we go. Gaining ever closer to the capital, we have let the enemy army slip beyond our grasp. Instead, we're going for material possession and gains. This unit shall go and engage with the enemy, whilst the southern army shall besiege the capital. We only engaged with one half of the army, but it was more than enough to win. Enforce the demands. The kingdom of Yu is no more, and the kingdom of Kam has replaced it. After that war, we're on 59 prisoners. I will now invade Guj. The Horde's gaze will continue south for now. We have another diplomacy lifestyle perk. This time we'll take Praetorian card. We will switch to the medicine focus to pick up Iron Constitution. As the first settlement falls, our army continues advancing south. At this point, it'll split into 2 units. There's a small but valiant garrison left. Whilst one army besieges the capital, the other will lay waste to the countryside. A guest of an inspiration, considered a master by his peers, wants me to sponsor him. Absolutely. Ah, the capital has fallen. Enforce the demands. I want to possess something truly unique. After quickly paying homage to the Tengri god, I returned back to Karakoram from my pilgrimage. I gained the trait a wise man, which increases my piety. I will also be able to host a mystical communion. We will now invade Mariel Kingdom. We will keep some distance from the capital where we raise our troops in relative safety. As with their small numbers, they could sally forth and destroy our troops. Exotic wares from the pilgrimage. I'll be wise to save these, actually. The enemy army has been sighted along our borders in this salient. Just as well I kept my armies this far back. An offer of a concubine I shall accept. The smaller units shall raid the outlying settlements, while the largest army shall try to face the enemy forces and keep them at bay, at very minimum. But the main mission is to destroy. Head towards the capital. I have fallen ill once more, which has caused a disastrous mistreatment, and means I'm on death's doorstep. A mystical communion. A miracle. I am cured. Despite my weakened conditions, I did what I could to hold my communion. It was more intense than ever before, and this morning, lo and behold, Tangri offered me a miracle. That is fantastic. I'm no longer close to death. That is brilliant. I did not expect that to come, honestly. That was incredible. Never seen that happen before. A wife's touch, what's this? Oh, this is for my artifact, and it's not going well. However, victory in our war and destruction of the enemy forces. We can found a holy order. We can use that against enemies of different faiths, which will be the majority now. Headquarters must move. Side note, I'm having a blast. Time to declare war against Bashkiria and edge ever closer to Europe. We've located the enemy armies. We will raise 27,000 troops in the area. These two armies will be sent to engage with the enemy. First, we will dispatch their ally as they're closer. We will send a large amount of troops directly towards the capital, as well as a mass directly across the border. We've managed to catch the wrong hostile army. However, we were victorious. We will continue to pursue the enemy ally. The enemy army is fleeing. We are pushing deeper into enemy territories, and our most forward unit is almost at the capital. We're about to clash and engage with the enemy forces. They are making a flee attempt. The enemy army has been completely routed and destroyed. We will continue to pursue the other enemy forces whilst laying waste to the enemy's territory. We are already besieging the enemy capital, and the siege is going rapidly. In the east, we're gaining closer and closer. However, the enemy has not yet surrendered. Take out this hostile contingent, making a defensive stand on that high feature, whilst these contingents lay waste to the surrounding villages and tribes. I have merged the units in the east. Victory. Prisoner count 71. I realize we have a salient here, meaning we could declare war on the Byzantine Empire. However, I don't like this plan, as it doesn't feel very historic. Our next target will be Permia. The horde will continue to ride westward. Yes, send him out with regards. We're about to engage an enemy force. We pulled out at the last minute. This side of Permia is occupied. We will continue marching west. We will ignore the enemy army. This unit will swing by all the way around, and then turn north and attack the settlement at Glass. The enemy is besieging my vassal. The enemy have an allied army from this northern realm. We attacked them previously, but they were under another kingdom. The enemy is trying to take back occupied territories. I'm going to beat back this army by sending a contingent. They have already decided to withdraw. This army has finished occupying Colin. They shall about turn and destroy the enemy army. A real hero, a kindred soul joined me promoting the... Okay, this chieftain starts promoting Greatest of the Khan. That sounds good. We have engaged the enemy army, and we are now victorious in war. We will continue slaughtering these men. Next on the list is Mordvinia, the gateway to Europe. The Abbasid Caliphate is growing, whereas the Byzantine Empire are in a civil war. One thing I'd like to do is change the map color of the Mongol Empire. I want it quite dark, actually. Now we can clearly see what's ours. I'm going to let my vassals make inroads into Persia. Such little realms shouldn't bother me much. They have already started. On to the task at hand. Mordvinia's been winning a war against the Kipchaks that it started 3 years ago. We will amass as close to the capital as we can, as we know the enemy is on campaign in the south. We will send a couple of detachments over to Penza, but the majority of them will head straight to the capital. He has allies. The enemy is withdrawing and returning to their homeland. That was a quick victory. We captured the king. Enforced the demands. Our vassals are doing great in Persia. They're moving swiftly. I'm looking forward to seeing Khotan destroyed. However, we will head south into the Caucasus. We shall raise our armies here at the Golden Hills. We have a learning curve. Wash your hands, plague resistance, and reduce chance of contracting illness. Shall we complete this chronicle and see what happens? I'm going to do so. On the end of the legend, here is the end of the book of Kagan Chulgatai and of his noble deeds that were unmatched in the whole land. And here is the end of the greatest of the Khans, and it was written in Karakoram, 1133. There we go. A lovely achievement. Legendary to add to our collection. Complete a legend. Fantastic. One we haven't had yet. So the enemy is fleeing to the south. What I'm going to do is attempt to cut them off. Going to raise a local army here. And I'm going to send all of these units toward the capital. It's only levies for the time being. They shall RV at the same destination. They shall RV at the westmost position. I am now raising all the men-at-arms at the previous RV location for the Northern Army Group. This contingent is pursuing the enemy army. Our levies have managed to take Sarkel, the enemy capital. This contingent will head north, whilst this one will head south. This unit, as it is slower than the enemy unit, will lay siege to this tribal settlement. The enemy tried to make a seaborne amphibious assault. However, they decided to change their mind. The enemy has now been spotted approaching from the south. The local militia have stood in defense of their city. The enemy are engaging with our smallest unit. We have sent a larger unit to pursue them. However, we were victorious in any way. That battle cost them the war. Yes, now that we border the Byzantines, I intend to strike them whilst they're still in the civil war. We'll attack them for Georgia. Our troops are in this region in any ways. Send them straight to Abkhazia. Let's hire the Holy Order, because it's no cost to us. The Holy Order shall also march on Abkhazia. We have raised our full army against the Byzantines. We're laying waste to Georgia. His army is going directly into Anatolia and the heartland of the Byzantine Empire. Whereas these two smaller units will take the rest of Georgia. We're on 88% already. War score. And with that comes the victory. Georgia gave us a hell of a lot more prisoners. We're up to 87. My vassals are already taking Zaporizhia and the Crimea, so I might as well turn my gaze north into Ruthenia. We are entering Europe. We all need the men-at-arms for now. The enemy is sighted and they're moving towards our location. I am infirm. Now that I've raised my army, the enemy has decided not to attack. I'm going to raise more troops. Now we managed to wipe out their entire force. We managed to wipe out their entire army. Ruthenia's fallen very quickly as well. Another lifestyle perk gives us Iron Constitution. Another enemy unit has been sighted. However, it is too little too late. We have captured the capital. Immediately we will turn our gaze north to the White Rus. They're currently engaged in 2 wars. These 3 rear units will head to Babrius. I returned to diplomacy focus in order to gain the true ruler perk. We're going to fight a hostile Rus army, or at least attempt to. They withdrew. Meanwhile, in the north, we have taken Smolensk on toward the capital. It is a bitter winter. We will capture Minsk, Vitebsk and Orsha as well, and Turov. The enemy hasn't even had time to react. Now it's time to march upon the capital. The enemy might make their final stand. No, they've decided to leave the capital to its fate. Impose the demands. We have 99 prisoners. Galicia Bohemia needs to be taken. But I'll leave it to my vassals to stamp my authority in local regions. For now. So we'll raise our troops in the high ground of Minsk. Enemy has been spotted. It is only a tiny little army. So I'll send my horse archers and my light horsemen to deal with them and dispatch them. The rest of the army can invade the entire kingdom. There is a hostile Polish army nearby, and it looks rather meaty. We will exercise caution. And we captured the Queen. And we have inherited a war with Poland. Finally. Force the demands. However, we will return shortly to take over their entire kingdom. Does anyone ever feel like a Benedict Arnold whenever they invade their own country or destroy it? However, it's time for the invasion of Poland. We've completely destroyed their forces. It's only logical. The tiny little army is withdrawn further inland. Oh no, it's returned. Forward, march. Lublin has fallen yet again since last time we sacked the city. We captured their little force and dispatched it. Our armies are spread far and wide across this realm. It is a rather large realm, to be fair. Victory is ours. Now we border both the Holy Roman Empire and the Byzantine Empire, along with the Abbasid realm. I have sent spies to Yorga in order to kill their ruler, as there remains a holdout of an enemy confederation deep in Siberia. We will cross the Carpathians and attack the Kingdom of Hungary. The enemy has been sighted south of our mustering position. Our units will move north and south of the enemy positions. Strike like pincers. We will strike at the north enemy salient at Tarnov. This army will now right wheel and engage with the other enemy contingents. The first battle was a resounding success. This army will continue to engage as well, and this one will pursue across the border. They have engaged, however one unit has escaped. Up deep into the mountains, this unit will start besieging. These units will pursue the enemy into the mountains. This unit will circle round and cut them off. We have engaged with the last enemy contingent. And that was already a resounding success. Now it's time to gain a foothold on the Adriatic and invade Croatia. We will raise our troops in the Pannonian Plain. Our vassals will be expected to facilitate this. The enemy has been sighted. They have raised extra troops. They have the Knights Templar with them. We have a new dynasty legacy available. We'll go for hostile scheme success chance plus 10% and agent bribe cost minus 50%. We will raise our own holy order. These two small units shall flank around. For now they will lay in wait until the signal is given. We are mustering our main forces further within Pannonia. We will march on Zagoya. The enemy are moving towards us. We don't want them to engage with us, so we will continue to withdraw. Finally, I killed the ruler of Yoga. We can circle back as the enemy is decided. Kublai comes of age. Wonderful. The enemy has decided not to engage. We will now force the enemy to engage and our gigantic army of levies. We will try to cut them off and anticipate their movements. We had been summoned to a war, and right after we accepted, we had passed away at the age of 62. We will now play as Kagan Gunan, age 35. Khan Chulgeti of the Mongol Empire has crossed the door to the world of the spirits at 62 years of age. He succumbed to fatal apoplexy. A keen and dedicated hunter, he loved to spend entire weeks in the wilderness looking for the most elusive game. Kagan Gunan ascends to the throne. Energetic and collected, Gunan will surely improve the realm under his rule. That's great to hear. Long live the Kagan. Summon the Kurultai. We shall summon the Kurultai and leave it there for today. Join me next time on my pursuit to conquer the world. I intend to swoop down and engage with the Byzantine Empire, pick off the Middle East, take all of India before turning around, taking Africa, and then finishing off Western Europe, because now our truce will have expired. However, my ambitions can't be so grand as of yet. I will need to make sure I keep what I've already have and make sure that doesn't fall apart. This has been an absolute pleasure. Join me next time for more content.